Don't let that valley between her two milk Mount Everests fool you. While the gal might be stacked, this is actually a really wholesome manga. So prepare your insulin shots because it's about to get real diabetical in here. Picture this, you think you know what to expect from a gal. Flashy outfits, vibrant personalities, a penchant for partying, and massive jiggly puffs. But what if there's more to the story? In this manga, Fuyuki might seem like your typical gal, but there's a secret side to her that she only reveals in front of her husband, Hara. So, get ready to uncover the mysteries of Fuyuki's double life and explore the hilarious and heartwarming moments that come with being married to a gal. It's time to embark on a journey filled with romance, comedy, and a whole lot of fun. So, buckle up and hold on tight as we dive into the secrets of the gal wife in Gal Yome no Himitsu. Secrets of the gal wife. It was a bright morning, bustling with employees around. Amidst the employees, a beautiful girl with massive jiggly puffs, known as Fuyuki, caught the attention of many a wandering eye. A man asks her whether she is new around and introduces himself as he belongs to the acoustics department, eager to make conversation. He approaches her with an invitation to a party. Fuyuki just brushes off the fact by swinging her hand, which she had her wedding ring on. Seeing this, the man concludes that she was married and was quite famous regarding how she does her job. Our protagonist Harun, wait. He kinda looks like Jinka Yamato from Sengoku Yuko. Who knew our everyday hero had a doppelganger in the world of manga? Okay, back to the videos. Our protagonist Harun finds himself immersed in his work, diligently attending to his tasks as instructed. However, his concentration is abruptly shattered when the voluptuous Fuyuki comes sticking her massive milkers to greet him in the morning surprise, causing him to reel back in shock. As he struggles to compose himself, Harun discreetly scribbles a note in his digital sanctuary, expressing concern about their clandestine relationship being exposed to prying ears. Yet, Fuyuki, ever the confident seductress, reassures him with a sly grin, insisting that their secret is safe for now. Another employee calls out for Fuyuki, drawing her attention away from their covert exchange and signaling the onset of yet another day in the tumultuous world of office politics. They were going to have to, which TU left to talk to her, and it was noticed that love was forbidden in the company they worked in. This was the matter known a few years after joining the company, where TU and Hara confessed the matter to their president as they were going to get married and stated that they hadn't told anyone about their relationship. They were informing him first. Listening to this, the president giggles and conveys the fact that love is forbidden in the company, as he thinks it might get in the way of their startup company. This leaves TU and Hara confused as they didn't know this fact. The president then stated that they could keep the fact secret within the company, receiving special approval. As Fuyuki was working, a man tried to hit on her, asking her whether she would join the lunch with him, to which she again turned off, saying that she did not have time for it. She kept checking on Haran, who was approached by one of their lady employees who also has a big heart, but I think Fuyuki has the superior. She had some doubt in her work. Suddenly Fuyuki appears getting jealous, stating to Hara that it was lunch break already and suggests there was no need to work all the time. She tells him to take a rest. The girl then wonders how she is the other leader who came to just tell him about the simple thing. Fuyuki, those bazookas look like two volcanic peaks, threatening to erupt at any moment. She then concludes the things that were to be done by the design department and approaches Harun, who stayed working in the empty room, and startles him with those massive jiggly puff on his head. They are almost the size of Harun's head. He gets tensed as if anyone would be around. He says that he wants to complete it soon, so he is so focused on it that he doesn't even notice Fuyuki behind him and asks if she would like something quick to have for dinner, as he has work to do and Takwon likes to do household stuff, which he always does. Tiju then says that she can manage to do the cooking and household chores, to which Harin thanks her. Tsu then brings up the fact that despite these works, they haven't talked much lately and suggests they could make love together in exchange for the household. We might see some unholy stuff later on in this chapter. At the supermarket, Tiaju proceeds to buy things for preparing dinner. She picks up items in her costly bag, and then she reaches home. Fuyuki, with her apron on, looked like a culinary goddess. Her apron hugged her curves in all the right places. I couldn't decide whether to envy the dinner she was making, or the lucky apron that got to embrace those bountiful assets, and then starts to think about what she will cook. Suddenly she listens to the beep, which was from the dryer. She notices that she accidentally threw her knit dress in it. As she slipped into the knit dress, it clung to her like a second skin, accentuating every curve. But hey, who could blame them for wanting a closer look? And then she smells the burning odor and realizes that she was distracted from cooking. She ended up burning their dinner. By that time, Harun reaches home and understands that Tishu has burnt something by the smell, to which she apologizes. Then he suggests that they eat outside, as it has been a while since they ate out, and starts to search the restaurants on his phone, which would be open late night. Then Tiye jumps on Haran's back, saying they can eat outside, but what about here, while showing her massive jiggly puffs. Her ample bosom was nearly spilling out of her bra. It was clear that dinner wasn't the only thing heating up in the kitchen. She suggests to move to the bedroom, but they fell asleep out of exhaustion, leaving Tu annoyed. It was morning already. Harun's alarm started to ring, waking him up. Then Fuyuki rolled over towards him, greeting him good morning. Seeing her jiggly puffs too close, Hara gets flushed and covers her up with the blanket, saying she would catch a cold. Fuyuki playfully pulled him closer, pressing him against her big mountains, to which Hara starts to get panicked and gets out from the bed, saying that they would get late for work. Fuyuki then starts to get ready by putting her makeup on and calls Hara, asking whether she is pretty or not, to which Hara gets flushed again as he couldn't admit more that she was looking cute. He then notices and asks her if she put on the new perfume, and starts to smell it, to which Fuyuki blushes and turns away, giggling about how glad she was to wake up early. As Fuyuki was walking towards her workplace, a guy approached her, complimenting her on how great her perfume smelled, to which Fuyuki replied that this was to be smelled by only her husband. The man claimed that he was jealous. Hara was moving up the stairs with phone in his hand, and was texting Fuyuki about making dinner by leaving home early. Then the two girls ahead of him blamed him that he took the pics of their panties and started to claim all gross stat on him. It was almost amusing how they were trying to shame him when they had nothing to flaunt themselves. After which a man approached them asking what was happening. Right at the moment Fuyuki appears near Hara, claiming that she was his wife. The girl gets surprised seeing her. Look, Fuyuki angrily asks what she needs from her husband. They left the scene, chastened by their error. Fuyuki and Hara then reach home where Hara thanks Fuyuki for saving him. While Fuyuki talks to herself about something she thought she had in her closet and tells Hara to wait in the bedroom. When Hara keeps waiting for her, Fuyuki appears wearing a top with a cute little skirt and asks whether it looks good on her. Can we have a round of applause for Button-kun? He's barely holding on for his dear life, covering those massive mountains. Hara then questions why she's wearing it now, remarking how it brings back so many memories, to which she sits in his lap, while spreading those thick thighs, stating she wouldn't lose to younger girls. Those thighs, I swear they could crush a watermelon, feeling like a watermelon caught in the grasp of those powerful limbs, just waiting for the inevitable squeeze that will leave me breathless and utterly defeated, suffocating in the embrace of those curves, like being ensnared in a seductive trap with no hope of escape. She pulls Hara closer to her and pulls his hand to grab around her massive milk bazookas. With a mischievous glint in her eyes, she suggests they have some fun tonight. How did it feel, man? Like being embraced by the softest pillows in the world. Or maybe even better, like finding heaven on earth? She then lifts her skirt a little, revealing those killer curves, and let me tell you, my temperature skyrocketed at least 20 degrees. It's like she knew exactly what she was doing, and I wasn't about to complain. She teases him that he can take as many pictures as he wanted from her panties, to which Hara yells he wasn't into such stuff. Fuyuki with mischievous smile saying what a shame. Fuyuki stands checking her phone and texts Hara. Then he says he will arrive soon. Seeing her, two men stare at Fuyuki, pointing out she is cute and also has huge jiggly puffs. They both approach her and ask her out to drink tea with them, to which she replies that she was waiting for someone. Then Hara rushes towards her and apologizes for making her wait. Seeing Hara, the man starts laughing, pointing out towards Hara and asks Fuyuki whether she was waiting for this guy, and points out that it was hilarious to know that she was dating this man. He points at Hara, saying that he wasn't a match for her, which Hara simply accepts the fact. If Hara was a bit like Jinka Yamato, those two would have ended up dying. Then he points at Fuyuki, as if she wasn't even ashamed to walk beside someone like him. Listening to this, Tia gets angry, clenches her fist, and says that Hara was super cool despite wearing simple clothes and states he doesn't even dye his hair and how clean he is, to which the two boys take it hilariously. It triggered her even more by saying she didn't even care how men looked. Fuyuki then sighs and insults him by saying his head is lame despite him wearing trendy fashionable clothes, which startles them. She then concludes that she would be ashamed to walk beside him, and Hara tries to manage the situation. The man gets mad, and as he tries to grab Fuyuki, Hara stops his hand by clenching it, warning him not to touch her and says that he is her husband, which leaves the two boys in shock, and then they escape from the situation. Hara then leans his hand to Fuyuki, and then they move ahead. At the train station, Fuyuki and Hara wait for the train to arrive. Fuyuki gets excited for the date by traveling on the train. The train was packed, and they realized that there was an event in the next town. They take the train standing opposite facing each other. They get a bit flushed with how close their face was. Hara apologizes that they should have gone by car. She happily claims they could be even closer in public with a satisfied face, to which Hara agrees. As they travel, the train was shaking a bit, so Hara starts falling asleep and falls over Fuyuki's chest. He gets startled and apologizes to her. Two men seeing this wonders if that what heaven looks like. Count me in on that sentiment. She then pats his head and thanks him for planning this date out, as he worked overtime for this to happen. She claims that she had a lot of fun today. Fuyuki with smug face asks him to rest over her chest, to which Hara declines as he is embarrassed. Fuyuki's smug grin could make the sun jealous, but convincing Hara to rest on her chest. Now that's a challenge even she might not conquer easily. As Fuyuki and Hara reach the aquarium, Fuyuki rushes towards the fish tank, admiring how pretty they look. Fuyuki approached the tank with such enthusiasm that her puffer fish seemed almost eager to join the underwater world, if only they could sprout fins and swim away. She calls Hara in an excited tone. Seeing this, Hara giggles at how she is behaving like a child and how cute she is, listening to which, she puts and calls him to take a picture together. Suddenly she saw someone and tries to hide. Hara asks what is wrong, and then points out that her colleague was here, and they both get tensed about getting exposed. If they saw them together, then Hara gets scared and tells Fuyuki that they have to get out of here in secret, to which Fuyuki disagrees. She didn't want to lose the fun as they came to the date, and as sure as it would be fine as there were many people around. She then points towards the dolphin show happening around, to which Hara insists on going there. Suddenly they were interrupted by Fuyuki's colleague Tanaka, who yells what Fuyuki and Hara were doing there together. Hara gets freaked out about them getting exposed. And before Tanaka said something, Fuyuki confirms that they were working together as they were looking for a reference for the new project, as they both being the team leaders, to which Tanaka believes Fuyuki and says that there was no way they two could be dating, as they were talking. The dolphin jumps around, splashing the water over Fuyuki, drenching her top. The mischievous dolphin surely knows his stuff. It drenched Fuyuki as if it had planned the whole thing, and I ain't complaining. Tanaka stares at her, pissing Hara, and then he hands Fuyuki his handkerchief to wipe herself, saying some people are looking. As they walked out, Hara was relaxed as they didn't find out about them, and then Fuyuki hung up her arms around Hara and asked whether he was jealous before, to which Hara declined and then faintly agreed. Listening to this, Fuyuki starts to grin at how cute he is. Hara then states that he wants to eat some fish, and they go walking all along, and a girl saw watching them from afar.